Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? It's day 20, August 20th, 2022. RPG Day 2022. That was a weird way of saying that, wasn't it? Anyhow, our question for today, before I go off to the gym, is share. It's not a question. It's Sharing Sunday. Share an intriguing detail of a setting that you enjoy. I believe is how it's worded. And so I thought about this for a little while. Geez, what could I share? I finally came up with something that I'm really enamored with. And that is a detail from Leagues of Cthulhu by Triple Ace Games, written by Paul Wiggy Wade Williams, which is in itself an extension of Leagues of Gothic Horror, which is an extension of Leagues of Adventure. And I'm normally the guy that doesn't like expansions and having to buy several books. This is really awesome. And there's a Cthulhu codicil as well, which is part of that. And I'll stop gushing about it, but it's just a phenomenal piece of work, top to bottom. The detail, which I really like about it, or that I'm going to share about it because there are several, is that the default time period for Leagues of Adventure, Leagues of Cthulhu, is about 1890-ish. It's the golden age of exploration. When there still were lots of mysteries in the world that just had not been uncovered yet. But that occurs some 30 years before the stories by Howard Phillips Lovecraft. So those various settings, those various areas, those stories haven't happened yet. Those particular people haven't gone there, which means those areas are up and available for virgin exploration. You can go to scenic Innsmouth. You can go to Dunwich and perhaps deal with some of the old Whately family, way before Wilbur's birth. You can go down to the Antarctic, maybe in another ill-fated mission that never really gets recorded. That sort of thing. As you perhaps bump into the mountains of madness, and there's a ton of stuff there that or you could be in Louisiana, and the swamps of Louisiana, perhaps starting to uncover a cult, that sort of thing. There's a lot of areas that are ripe for exploration for the first time, and yes, of course, you're going to have a little bit of the burden of knowledge. Of knowing kind of the events that will happen later. But it's kind of really cool, really evocative, and it's a lot different than the normal approach to games that deal with the mythos like that, where you're doing things after those events. Really kind of cool to be somebody that does things before those events, or say, what happened just before that? So that is a really cool detail about that setting that I particularly like. What about you?